Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, can William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, win the 2027 presidential elections without the support of the mountain? That is the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because clearly, the mountain has drifted away from the grip of William Samoei Arap Ruto. And if you've been following the politics of the Republic of Kenya very closely, William Ruto has also lost some very important aspects of his 2022 campaign strategy. William Ruto has lost the church. The church in Kenya cannot come out openly to campaign for William Ruto the way they did in the last election. In 2022, the church played a very critical role for William Ruto, especially in terms of mobilizing their supporters, coming up with propaganda against Raila Odinga. And of course, if you remember, the church was also able to help William Ruto reach out to certain regions which he would not have probably reached. William Ruto has also lost the narrative. In the last election, William Ruto's main narrative was the hustler versus the dynasty. That narrative is now dead. If you ask anybody who voted for William Ruto because he was a hustler, he will tell you that probably was even better off with Uhuru Kenyatta. So how William Ruto has lost the hustler nation, the church, and then the mountain, then you expect him to win is still a different story. Maybe he will have a strategy, which I'm going to explain. There is also the emergence of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka in the equation. Now, in 2002, William Ruto was very strategic in his approach. He realized that Raila Odinga was headed for victory. Towards the tail end of the campaign, he was able to pull Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi to his side. That tilted the equation. In Ukambani, he slowed down Kalonzo Musyoka. I want to challenge anybody to go and check out the results, the presidential results for Machakos, for Makwiny, and for Kitui in the last election. You realize that because Kalonzo Musyoka was slowed down a bit, he never came out to persuade the residents of the Ukambani region to vote, and therefore the votes there were suppressed. And the suppression really helped William Ruto. In Machakos, William Ruto got a good number of votes compared to what Uhuru got 2 times. And of course, there is also the emergence of Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta in the mountain. So which means the mountain is now gone. And William Ruto has also lost those other things I've talked about. But William Ruto has some 2 or 3 main advantages as we speak. The first advantage William Ruto has is that he's now a sitting president, which means he enjoys the privilege of state machinery. The NIS is briefing William Ruto every single day. They are even here listening to this video, and probably they'll brief him. As the president, William Ruto oversees a lot of things. He can decide a lot of things. He can even make appointments to government for political expediencies. So which means the president has that advantage. Number 2, William Ruto has the resources, both personal resources and state resources. For example, William Ruto was in Nyanza here for a whole week. He used state resources, none of his money. If anything, those who accompanied him, state officials, were actually paid allowances for accompanying him. So he enjoys those state resources. Remember, William Ruto is also a very wealthy man. Currently, today, I was reading in the papers that Weston is the single biggest beneficiary of government tenders in the hospitality industry. We are only talking of that. You are yet to talk about his friends. You are yet to talk about the roads. So which means William Ruto has enough money. His friends, and it can't be said it started today. William Ruto knows how to empower his friends whenever he gets opportunity. So which means William Ruto's friends today are making enough money in government. So which means when 2027 will reach, they will have enough resources to help William Ruto in his campaigns. But the question remains, can William Ruto win the presidency minus the mountain? Let me just give you a scenario. In the last election, in Kiambu, William Ruto got 600,000. Raila Odinga got around 200,000. Of course, Raila Odinga surpassed the 25% vote, which is okay. But William Ruto got 600,000 votes. Out of those 600,000 votes, 200,000 people did not vote for William Ruto. Maybe because they never believed in him. Of course, there's also the story that he rigged. But the fact is, what IBC announced was 600,000. In Nakuru, William Ruto got close to 455,000. Nakuru is also, you can say what you want, but Nakuru is also predominantly the Kikuyus. Raila Odinga again got 200,000, which means in those two counties alone, William Ruto managed to get 1 million votes. So if you were to lose the mountain, where will he get the votes to recover from? In this video, I want us to figure out whether William Ruto can actually win the presidency minus the support of the mountain. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to take this opportunity to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money back to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates, and the money will be delivered instantly into Mpesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want, directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Ladies and gentlemen, can William Ruto win the presidency minus the support of the mountain? First of all, let us listen to this clip here by the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. I want you to pick just something before we proceed.
And Senator Nyoto, don't be worried by what the Nyanza leaders were saying. Those people are very good people, by the way. Hao watu si watu wabaya. Vile nimewaona ni watu tutaelewana. You know, tutaelewana na hawa. Tutafute marafiki kila pahali. Tutatafuta marafiki. Tutatafuta marafiki. Hata baba tumesema tumsaidie aende Afrika. Kwa sababu akienda si ni mzuri. Si yeye ni kiongozi wa Kenya. Si alisaidia Mwai Kibaki. Tu. So hata sisi tukisema aende iko makosa. Si Uhuru Kenyatta mtoto wetu alisema ni mtu mzuri. So tukakachivu Uhuru tukamuumiza. Sasa tunaona aibu. Si tunaona aibu? Why were we attacking Uhuru Kenyatta mtoto wetu? Kwa nini tulipanish huyu mzee Keraito? Why? Today we are just there asking ourselves, what are we doing?
Now from that clip, Rigathi Gachagua is alluding to something, that he's now out to make friends, including Nyanza. Which means moving forward, you might start seeing Rigathi Gachagua trying to move to Nyanza to consolidate. That's why I played for you that clip. But William Ruto is not an ordinary person. William Ruto is also a shrewd politician, and he understands politics. I want you guys to also listen to William Ruto here before I give you my reasons.
Mimi sitatishwa na hawa. Unajua mimi nimezoea hii siasa. Na hii siasa mara nyingi nimeambia watu, hii siasa ni kama umeuliza kazi ya upishi. Pale jikoni kuna moshi, kuna joto, kuna makelele, lakini lazima uvumilie, kwa sababu bila jasho na moshi chakula ile haivi bwana. Sasa hii hata na hii makelele yote
Now if you were to ask me whether William Ruto will be able to win the presidency minus the support of the mountain, my answer would be simple. William Ruto can only win if he will be able to win the support of ODM strongholds. Because when you talk of Azimio, Kalonzo will be on the ballot. He doesn't have any option. The moment Kalonzo Musyoka will be on the ballot, the entire Kampa nation will rally behind Kalonzo. Now we are talking of Kalonzo, of places like Machakos, which give William Ruto. Now all of them will be leaving Ruto. They'll be rallying behind Kalonzo. Then the mountain. So which means William Ruto will rely 100% on the support of ODM strongholds. And ODM strongholds is also facing serious challenges as we speak today. Raila Odinga is going to AU. In the absence of Raila Amolo Odinga, can ODM speak in one language? Can some of ODM supporters decide, okay, sisi, Raila yuko kwa ballot, sisi, we are going our own way? Which means it's going to depend with the way William Ruto is going to persuade ODM strongholds. And of course, he can still get some percentages from the mountain. So for me, whether William Ruto will win minus the mountain or not will depend with his strategy. But for me, it's a tall order, but with a good strategy, he can still win minus the mountain. I want to explain to you guys. Number one, William Ruto must consolidate the ODM base. And the strategy, in my view, would be very simple. He must find a strategy of consolidating the entire ODM base and have them rally behind him. Is that going to be an easy task? It's going not to be an easy task. And that's why, for those who follow this channel, some 1 or 2 days ago, I explained on this platform the effect or how the entry of Fred Okengo Matiang'i into the 2027 political equation is going to affect William Ruto. Because if, for example, Matiang'i were to run, I want to assume the Kisis might follow him fully. That would be taking away ODM's support base. I'm sure Matiang'i will enjoy also the support of some ODM bases. Those who are dissatisfied with William Ruto. But Ruto can win if he were to follow the 2007 script, when Kibaki was pitted against Raila Odinga. During that time, what happened was that Kibaki secured the entire Kikuyu nation. For Raila Odinga, he had the Kalenjin vote, which William Ruto will still get. He had the Luo votes, which, if he were to do it in a better way, he can get. And I'm happy that, for example, if you look at his strategy, can work for him. Yeah, there's a bit of confusion in Luo Nyanza, so he can use that. Then Raila also got the support of the Lawyer Nation. For Lawyer, it's going to be very tricky for him because even in the last election, he got the support of Bukusu. Kibaki got the support of Bukusu in 2007. So Mudavadi, I don't know, because by that time Mudavadi was with Raila. Of course, Mudavadi is also with him still. So he can use that Kibaki-Raila factor, because in 2007, the truth is Raila won, he was rigged out. If he can succeed in consolidating ODM base, he will be able to get. But without that, William Ruto should just forget about the presidency. So if you're William Ruto, the first thing I'll do is to try and figure out how I can win the support of ODM support base. It's going to be a very difficult task. I don't know. Let me read from you guys here. If you voted for Raila Odinga and you belong to ODM, can you vote for William Ruto in 2027? Because maybe Raila told you or someone else. Number two, William Ruto must also ensure that Raila Odinga succeeds in his bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. Because if that will not happen, two things are going to happen. Number one, if Raila will not get that seat, it means Raila Odinga can come back and contest for the presidency. ODM bases, number two, are going to be very angry with William Ruto, and they'll view William Ruto as someone who played Raila Amolo Odinga. And of course, you also know that that would be enough reason for ODM supporters to get angry with William Ruto. So William Ruto must ensure that Raila Odinga becomes the next chair of the African Union Commission. The day Raila Odinga will be declared the chair of the African Union Commission, the entire Luo nation will be happy. The entire ODM strongholds will be happy. Let's face it. Right now, some of them are very angry with Raila Odinga, but the day Raila Odinga will be declared the winner, they'll be very happy. Then Raila Odinga will follow it with a Thanksgiving rallies across the country. William Ruto will succeed. But if Raila Odinga will not succeed, Raila Odinga will give William Ruto a problem. That's number two. The third reason why Ruto might actually win, and I'm just giving my opinion, is lack of a credible candidate in 2027. We're in the second year since we voted. We are starting the third year. I think we've started the third year. Yeah, you started the third year. So far, who do you think will be able to challenge William Ruto? The only candidate who has come out is Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka has not expressed or has not exhibited signs of a serious candidate. He has not. He's yet to do that. So that's something which, for me, is a minus for Kalonzo Musyoka. We are even talking of Morara Kebaso. Morara is doing a fantastic job. Kenyans are excited. But when the rubber hit the road, I doubt if Morara will be able to win the presidency. Of course, there's the Gen Z factor there. There is also the talk of Matiang'i, a credible candidate. But his ability to defeat Ruto is something which most Kenyans are still questioning. So William Ruto can take advantage of those factors. And remember, William Ruto can also revamp his communication strategy. Because the biggest problem William Ruto has today in this republic is poor communication. And he has confessed it. And with a good communication strategy, you will not be seeing William Ruto outside there going to open a toilet, using a chopper, presidential chopper, to go and open a toilet, or to go and open a tap. You will not be seeing that. Kenyans will just be seeing those all over. And they'll start talking, just the way they were talking about Kibaki. Kenyans will be seeing them. And they'll be able to communicate. Right now, because of poor communication, they're forcing William Ruto to go out to explain himself. And then when William Ruto goes out to explain himself, that's why now Kenyans are also raising questions about some of those projects. And we are seeing people like Morara emerging. And lastly, if William Ruto can fight corruption, if William Ruto can stick to the rule of law, 3 years is a long time. I'm saying this because corruption is the major challenge we are facing as a country. Forget about increasing taxes. William Ruto is so much obsessed with unpopular policies, increasing taxes. Well, a lot of resources are lost in corruption. If William Ruto can just fight corruption, a lot of resources are going to be availed for developments. And of course, the rule of law. Kenyans are now enlightened. They know what is wrong and what is right. Yesterday, Buka Omole was traveling out of the country. He reached at the airport. He could not be allowed to fly. The DCI came because I think they had red alerted him. DCI came. The guy is still under detention. And we are talking of 2024. Things which used to happen during Moi era are sneaking their way back. The reason why certain individuals ended up supporting William Ruto, people like even Ndi, people like Miguna, was because William Ruto promised Kenyans that he was going to obey the law. He began by Miguna, who was deported. He returned Miguna back to the country. Kenyans clapped for him. Whatever is happening today, bodies being found in Rivayala and other places. But if you can fight corruption, stick to the rule of laws, I know Kenyans normally forget. But without doing all those, I can assure you, there is nowhere William Ruto will be going. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.